Welcome to another edition of the VOD Weekly News Recap. I am Isatou Sowe. Good evening. National Disaster Management Agency, United Nations Disaster Assessment and Coordination System, and United Nations country team on Monday, 5th September, on a press conference updated the public about their flood response activities in the country after the 30th to 31st July heavy rain that hit several regions in the Gambia, leading to widespread flooding. The United Nations Disaster Assessment Coordination (UDAC) humanitarian mission deployed personnel in the Gambia to strengthen flood response after 30th and 31st for flooding in the Gambia. As part of their mission, UDAC also made findings and recommendations on the country flooding. Speaking at the pressing, Angus Lumpkin, head of UDAC, explained some of their activities they have done as flood response since they arrived in the country 2 weeks ago. Seraphine Wakene, United States Country Representative of the Gambia, says that the report would help NDMA in addressing its priorities. Meanwhile, the NDMA Executive Director, Sana Dahaba, says that they have so far received 14 million of flood victims. He further revealed that the flood response situation report shows that 13,053 women and children have been affected by the flood that hits the country, and that 9,965 children between 0 to 59 months have been affected, while 3,088 pregnant women and breastfeeding women have been affected by the flood. The Special Advisor of the Muslim World League, Dr. Abdulhadir Ahmed Al-Masfour, on Tuesday, 6th September, visited the President's Office of the Gambia to discuss the hosting of the Conference of Ulamas in Africa. This event is set to be held in the Gambia on December 4, 2022. President Barrow expressed gratitude about the hosting of the conference, saying that "I am proud that the Muslim World League has chosen the Gambia to host the conference to discuss the issues affecting the 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide." Speaking at the press along with the President, Dr. Al-Masfour said that the World Muslim League chose the Gambia to host this significant gathering due to the President's willingness and various nature of the Gambia. According to him, the conference will bring together all African ulamas to discuss the affairs of the 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide and to speak in solidarity to unify the Ummah.
World Muslim League wants to see the Gambia as a prosperous and leading development as a country. Therefore, we thought to have a conference to be held in Gambia. We have selected Gambia because of the enthusiasm of the president's willingness to hold this conference in Gambia. Therefore, we try to invite all the African countries to participate for this conference, especially get together with the Muslim ulamas and Muslim world, especially African world.
UNICEF, funded by the government of the United States through its US aid, on Tuesday handed over a consignment of medical and COVID-19 supplies worth over $28 million to the Ministry of Health. Speaking at the ceremony, Galden Jonathan Lewis, the UNICEF representative in the Gambia, stated that since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, UNICEF has been working collectively with the Ministry of Health, providing critical support in numerous areas to strategic importance to counter the profound impact of the pandemic on the Gambian population. In her part, Salon El Korma, the U.S.
The pandemic in the country, the COVID-19 pandemic, back in early 2020, UNICEF has been working side by side with the Ministry of Health, providing critical support in numerous areas of strategic importance to counter what really has been a profound impact on the fabric of the economy and society in the Gambian population. Through our vast experience in global vaccine procurement and delivery, we have been able to deliver more than 648,000 doses of WHO-approved vaccines to the country through the COVAX platform. Many of those vaccines were actually donated by the United States government. Additionally, we have also provided 1 million syringes since the start of the pandemic. These efforts have been strengthened with the procurement and installation of an ultra-modern cold chain facility equipped with 6 freezers to help the country store any type of vaccine, as well as numerous biological products. That site is right over here to my left. Many of you know it because we inaugurated it early this year, and we're hoping that we'll be able to provide you, Madam Ambassador, with a very brief tour of that site after the handing over of the supplies. This is to say that more than ever before, the Gambia's public health system, and it's about strengthening the capacity of delivery of public health in the Gambia, is now better equipped than before to respond to the pandemic as well as other challenges. An important element of the COVID-19 response is supporting and strengthening skills and capacities of the numerous frontline health workers who are on the ground day and night responding to the pandemic. That is why UNICEF, in concert with partners such as the United States government, the World Health Organization, the World Bank, and others, has rolled out multiple capacity building programs for health workers, technical staff, and social mobilizers. And these trainings have also been expanded to the public, including religious leaders, community influencers, and young people. More importantly, with the generous support of the United States government, which we celebrate today, we are handing over some of the most urgently needed materials and equipment to our frontline heroes. The procurement of these supplies is part of a wider project funded by the United States Agency for International Development that started in September 2021 and covers 4 areas of intervention. Number 1, risk communication and community engagement. Number 2, strengthening infection prevention and control for health workers. Number 3, provision of critical water, sanitation, and hygiene supplies. And fourthly, enhanced data collection and information management. Now, 1 year into the project amounting to slightly over $2 million US, USAID and UNICEF have supported the nationwide engagement of 1,000 religious leaders and other community influencers to increase community awareness around.
U.S. Embassy said that the U.S. has responded to more than 120 countries around the world with over $9 billion to fight COVID-19.
Makes this donation today of equipment and supplies to prevent and treat COVID-19 and to ensure the continued health and well-being of the Gambian people. These are serious times. No global crisis in our lifetime has matched COVID-19 in scope and complexity. We are facing overlapping health, humanitarian, and economic crises, each global and historic in scope. But COVID-19 will not stop our pursuit of a better future. We can fight back, and we can win this battle. The United States is leading the global fight to end the pandemic, recover from its widespread economic effects, take steps to mitigate future pandemic threats, and build back better the U.S. and global economies, and help and prepare for the future by securing health infrastructure. To date, the U.S. has responded in more than 120 countries around the world with over $9 billion to fight against COVID-19. Here in the Gambia, the United States is committed to partnerships that preserve the good health and future of the Gambian people. As we see it, this is an essential investment in the future of the Gambia. Today's donation of IT equipment, pulse oximeters, oxygen concentrators, and other supplies will greatly assist the Gambian government in helping the most badly infected and protecting others.
Dr. Ahmed Lamin Samate, the Ministry of Health, thanked the UNICEF and the United States under its USAID project for the donation and all their support in investing in the health sector of the Gambians, and assured them that the ministry will continue to fight the COVID-19 as his ministry is currently on a mass vaccination campaign throughout the country. The Gambia Police Force on Thursday held a press briefing at the Kairaba police station regarding the arrest of 2 suspects over the death of a 62-year-old woman who was found dead at her residence in Bakau on the 4th September. During the media briefing, the recently appointed PRO Cadet Assistant Superintendent of Police Binta Jai has said that the 2 suspects that were alleged to be involved in the crime have been arrested.
On Sunday, the 4th of September, 2022, around 2200 hours, the Public Relations Office of the Gambia Police Force was notified by the Kairaba Crime Investigation Unit about the gruesome murder of a 62-year-old woman at her residence in Fajara South. 2 suspects who were alleged to be involved in this unfortunate incident have been arrested and currently helping police in the investigation. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police and the entire Gambia Police Force, we wish to extend our sincere condolence to the bereaved and the community of Bakau and Fajara South on this tragic incident.
Deputy Regional Crime Officer Gomez, who is currently leading the investigation of this case, said that he arrived at the scene with his men after the body was already taken to the hospital where the deceased died.
I also want to use this opportunity to appeal to the general public because there are still some outstanding items that were stolen from the deceased house. I know from this press conference, other people that know about this case will actually see this. So I'm appealing to the entire public that if you have any item that you believe is stolen from this place or you think it's not, it's a bit questionable, you don't know the source of it, please report to the police because there are still some items, like I said, we are still looking for. So if there is anything that you feel like it's a suspected stolen property and may have something to do with this crime scene, please report to the nearest police station and we will work on it as soon as possible. That is it.
Meanwhile, he said that they were able to recover a few items like mobile phones and car keys from the suspects. U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia, Sharon Cromer, announced that her ministry will donate $250,000 over $12 million in humanitarian assistance to the Red Cross to assist victims of the recent flood in the Gambia. The ambassador's statement reads that the United States provides this humanitarian aid to help those affected by the recent flood, which have caused substantial suffering to the Gambian people, including damage of houses and properties, displacement and health concerns. It further reads that them as partners who stand in solidarity with the Gambia, they want to reach those impacted by this terrible situation and offer assistance during this difficult time. It also states that the Red Cross will use this assistance to reduce suffering and assist those most severely affected, including parts of Banjul, Kanifing Municipality, West Coast and North Bank region. The residents of Yuna village in Combon North West Coast region has continued with their call for support for the rehabilitation of their bridge, which was overcome during the recent heavy rainfall that has brought a lot of destruction with a lot of displacements in the Gambia. It could be recalled that a heavy rainfall occurred on the 30th and 31st July 2022, which led to various damage across the country. And the people of Yuna village also had their case. However, the damaged bridge served as the entrance of the community, which is also considered a busy road. It was reported that due to downpour on Monday, 1st August, it was as serious that both adults and children had an incident to cross the bridge in order to go to their daily routine. The people of the community said that they have not seen any possible response since the incident happened. Rather, just a few NRA staffs who brought some rocks and fixed them in some of the holes around the bridge to facilitate the movement of the people and vehicles in and out of the community. That's all we have for you today until we come your way again. I am Isatou Sowe on the VOD Weekly News Recap. Have a good evening.